All right. I had a member in my group request me to share what is it that I eat, what is it that I don't eat. Given that before I was a guy who could literally eat anything, and then I became a bodybuilder who used to eat like no one else's business, to what I am at the age of 47. So in this video, I'll share with you what I eat, don't eat, and a few bits and pieces of advice if I get that in my mind. But just a disclaimer, please remember, this is me at the age of 47, and it is post my bariatric surgery. So I've experimented a lot with my body. Don't try anything unless you're 100% sure, and seek medical attention or advice from a professional. Okay, having said that, here are things that I do not eat or drink. To give you an idea, before I do start, let me tell you what I used to eat and how extreme I used to eat. In a single sitting, at the age of 19, I could eat 36 eggs. Okay, 36 eggs fried with bread, boiled, mixed with masala, all kinds of eggs. 36. That was my appetite. I don't know. I just could eat. My stomach would just absorb until I couldn't breathe. Literally, I used to eat like 3-4 times a day. No, not 3-4 times. Sorry, 5-6 times a day. To give you an idea how much I could eat, there was a all-you-can-eat KFC a joint near Sarja, Rola, where I used to stay. And me and my friends, those days we used to bodybuild, and we used to also take steroid injections. So our appetite was like crazy. So all you can eat, we had to pay a small amount, and we could literally eat chicken wings or chicken, legs or breasts of chicken. So we paid, and we had a competition how much each one of us could eat. So it was more like, keep hogging. Now, understand this much. KFC has these promotions, to get footfall, to get attraction, to get more people coming in, not to feed someone who is hungry or dying, or especially someone who has a eating competition in their mind. And the manager of the outlet is responsible to ensure the costs are kept down. We three or four of us went there, and I remember very clearly, I ate 70 pieces of chicken. Actually, I was stuffed at, I think, 60, but I pushed for 70. And then, by the time I reached 70, my friend had 62. One of them had 67 or something. I had 70. The manager came up and said, please stop. Please stop. I request you, please stop. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know how you're eating all this, but please stop, because I have a restaurant to run. We have run out of chicken pieces, and you're hurting my business. And they requested me never to come back again. So I'm giving you an idea. And yes, there have been people who have seen eating more than me, like in Geeta restaurant, which is very famous, vegetarian restaurant. If you have been in UAE, you would know Geeta restaurant from the 70s and 80s, from the 80s at least. These Punjabi guys who used to work in the construction, it's all you can eat chapati, North Indian food, all you can eat. They used to eat, this guy literally ate, the soft, very soft, freshly made chapatis with unlimited amounts of potato, Indian potato style, mashed potato and all that. He ate 90 chapatis, 90. It was unheard of. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, those days I could eat that kind of food. I even had 18 Red Bulls at one go. I'm telling you, I was that crazy. I used to DJ and MC shows. So right from a very small age, I had a massive appetite. I could really eat like no one else's business. Every single day, there would be at least 4 to 5 Red Bulls. Every single day. Every single day, I would have I would go and get a Starbucks pumpkin latte with extra sugar, extra cream, extra whatever extra, I would put it into that. I was crazy about drinking caffeine. I was a caffeine addict, as you could say. Minimum, I would have at least 4 shots of espresso. I had to have that. Malbari chai, or they call kadak chai. I would have at least 8 to 10 of these throughout the day. One final bit, how much I used to eat. This was at the age of 32. 32 or 33, when I was working for Quick Electric as a marketing manager, there was a small little restaurant, small little cafeteria that was nearby. So, given the fact that mostly laborers used to eat there, it was a very small, dingy little place. Everyone's sweating and it's hot and there's just a fan, and sometimes they would put on the AC. So I was the most expensive customer to come there. So I could ask them anything, they would make it for me, and I would pay them extra. This was actually my breakfast. This is not an exaggeration. The breakfast was, I think, 6 to 9 parotas. You know parota, no? It's you can Google search. It's a South Indian kind of roti that they make with a lot of oil. I would ask them crispy. 6 to 9. This is breakfast, okay? 6 to 9 parotas. There would be 4 eggs. There would be keema. Keema is mince meat. There would be a chicken leg fry. I would like at least 1. Minimum 1 or 2. Then there would be some mutton masala or chicken masala or both. Then there would be chana masala, which is chickpeas. There would be vegetables of various kinds. Then I would also ask him to prepare maybe a fish fry. And then, anything that he could give me, like chicken leg pieces fried with a little bit of gravy at the side. That is what I would eat, along with my Red Bulls, along with the Kadak Chai. And this was enough for 4 to 5 people. This is 4 to 5 people, and this was just breakfast for me. And if you thought that kept me full, you are mistaken, because after the breakfast would be before lunch. I would have one more, just go and have a sandwich with parota. He would put an omelette or something. Then during lunch, once again, he would give me something like this. I would tell him to make new dishes. Sometimes I would even go purchase prawns, crabs or whatever from the market and tell him to cook and give me. And I was always aware they would take a little bit, because nobody could afford prawns and crabs over there. And then my gym was at 4 o'clock. So before gym, I would have just a banana or a sweet or something to get the carbs up. And then after the gym, I would eat again something heavy. By the time his shop would close, so I would go eat some Arabic food or something. So my bill was, an average person, what he would pay, I would pay the bill of 6 to 8 people. That was just one outlet, okay? And this is not including what I would eat outside. My fridge or freezer would be filled with chocolates, ice creams, snacks. So I was literally an eating machine. Fast forward to what I'm doing today. Fast forward. And remember, I was a guy who would literally, for a snack, eat a McDonald's burger or French fries or Snickers bar. Not 1, 4, 5 of them. So I was crazy, man. That is how I ballooned up to 125 kilos. And this is all because of the increased testosterone due to steroids. So what is it that I eat today or don't eat today? Okay, after my bariatric surgery, my stomach obviously became smaller. Okay, because remember, even though I was a hyperactive athlete, I used to go every day 10 to 12 kilometers slow running, and once in 3 days 21 kilometers. I was cycling, I was swimming, I was a triathlete who was training. Even though I did all these exercises, I was not able to cut down my weight. And if I would bring it down, I would bring it down to 80 kilos, and this is on a strict diet, and then it shoot up back to 100. Okay, so obviously once I came here to Thailand, my health was at its worst because I ballooned up to 125 kilos. I found it breathing was hard because I stopped steroids, I stopped exercise, but I was still eating the same. Literally here, this is not a joke. When I'd get up in the morning, 6 sandwiches, that is 12 pieces of bread with peanut butter, cheese, jam, and condensed milk on top. It was like a complete this thing. And this is part of my breakfast, with a thick coffee shake, with my wife cooking 4-5 eggs, and sometimes she would cook a chicken dish or a fish dish or a meat dish or whatever. This is just my breakfast, and it was crazy, man. So if you see my olden videos, no, you see my face like this, like puffed up. My stomach was so big, like my wife could never hug me like this, like Today she can hug me like this from behind. She used to hug me like this. Like her hands would never come around my waist. I was that fat. I think I had a 44 or 46 inch waist. I'm not too sure. Okay, I'm not too sure. But I was really fat. I was so fat that I couldn't climb up the fleet of stairs. My knees were paining. My lower back was paining. I used to snore loudly when I was sleeping because my passageway was blocked. Okay, so now what is it that I ate or eat after my bariatric surgery, where my stomach has become small as a fist? You can even make your stomach as small as an egg if you have a bariatric surgery, but remember, it's not a solution. It just prevents one problem but brings a whole lot of new problems. So what I don't need, I do not drink at all. I don't drink cold drinks. Okay, Pepsi, Coke, Mirinda, Fanta, Red Bull. Red Bull is like totally stopped. Even Lipton iced tea. I might taste it once in a while, but it doesn't feel the same. I just do not have. They call it soda or cold drinks. I just don't have that. Second one is fruit juice. I used to drink plenty of it every single day, especially during my workouts, protein shakes and all that. No fruit juice of any kind. If I have to have the fruit, I will eat the fruit, not drink the fruit juice. Like 10 apples, you can make a apple juice fresh. I would eat the apple, and you'll notice the difference. You can eat one apple or you can drink 10 apples juice. In the 10 apples juice, you'll feel thirsty again or hungry again. One apple with the fiber and all that, you'll not eat more than one. Before, I used to drink protein shakes, protein supplements, bodybuilding stuff. I used to spend literally steroids and supplements. I used to spend close to $2,000 a month. I do not drink protein shakes at all. I do not drink any supplements, do not take any tablets, any pills, nothing. Okay, completely stopped. There's no need for me to have whey protein or any kind of protein, weight gain or nothing. I don't need it. It's very creamy, I understand, but I just don't. Then number 3 is, if I have coffee, it's always black with no sugar. I prefer espresso. I brew it in the house. If I really want something strong, I might go to Amazon. Starbucks is overpriced. Amazon here is more or less the same. It's not too cheap, not too expensive, but it's pretty fine. But I prefer making it at home. I get drip coffee, but with no sugar after I get up in the morning. Before, I used to have sugar with cream and latte and pumpkin, this thing, and cappuccino and cream and sugar and all that, and add-ons, and none of this. I used to also drink a lot of sugary, this icy drinks and all that. All that is stopped. Then before, I had to have bread, rice, parota or Arabic bread with every single thing that I would eat. Today, I ask myself, do I really need to have a bread? And if I have bread, I do not have white sliced bread. I like to have whole grain or, freshly baked. Rice also I have a little bit, or kanji, they call it. Rice with water, I have that little bit, but it's more meat, more of the meat, more of the vegetables, less of the carbs. I've tried to cut down on carbs as much as possible. And the reason I was able to lose, after my bariatric surgery, from 125 kilos, I came to 80. From 80, when I was stuck at 80 and it was rising up, when I cut down on carbs totally, and I went, I would eat a little bit of carbs, but I went on intermittent fasting. From 80 kilos, I brought it down to 69, where it stayed. Okay. And obviously from 69, I wanted to push and see if I do not eat food at all and I go for prolonged fasting, just to heal my body and to reset, what would it take? And I brought it down to 57 kilos. You can check, the videos are there, but remember that is very extreme. So I was able to bring it down to 57, and it was so extreme. 15 days of no food, and I did 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, and 15 days. Okay, my wife, I actually finished a 2-day no food, 2.5 day no food fast with water, again just to reset my system. I do multiple of these. So after I did the 15 days, my wife begged and pleaded, because my eyes were sunken, my cheeks were sunk. I looked like a skeleton, just skin. They could see literally every bone in my body. It was that bad. So I wouldn't recommend that, but I did that just to make sure that I clean up everything. Just to give you people ask, why do you do this? I had diabetes, blood pressure, I had uric acid problem, I had breathing issues, I had cancer cells. All this got cleaned up, completely cleaned up. I had back pain, knee pain, lower pain, shoulder pain, elbow pain, all that got healed up because I was not poisoning my body. Then another thing which I completely was addicted to was chocolates, ice creams, sweets, sandwiches, snacks. Yeah, like even the crepe would be lots of like a bread or parota, whatever you call that, with strawberry and banana and chocolate, Nutella on top, and sprinkled with nuts, and then peanut butter, and then that condensed milk, all rolled together. So I would have lots of them, at least one per day. All this is totally stopped. I have enough and more ice cream, but I eat ice cream once in 2 days, once in 3 days, a little bit, because I kind of like the taste. And obviously after the bariatric surgery, you get dumping. Dumping is where the sugar goes very high and it crashes, and then you're in tremendous pain and you'll start sweating and shivering. It's called a hypoglycemic or something, where it's very dangerous, by the way. So this is one of the side effects of bariatric surgery. And my policy with food was, right from the time I get up in the morning, I was stuffing my face. Now it is after I get up in the morning, I avoid eating anything. I drink the black coffee. And then now, because I'm kind of relaxing myself, now I have that tea with milk and sugar, which is the kadak chai. But I try to cut down on when I have that. I try to have it after 12. The only other thing which, if I do feel very tempted to eat, because now I'm not practicing intermittent fasting, is boiled egg yellow. I'll have more of that, maybe 6 of them, and that kind of satisfies my hunger. I have a lot more of butter mixed with that, salt and pepper. Okay, so that is for me and my lifestyle. Don't try that if you're not comfortable. Know the reasons why you have what you have. You can even have recommended the full egg. Some people prefer egg white. I prefer the egg yellow. So what do I eat more of now compared to before? More of white meat, that is fish. More of chicken. I love squid. I cannot eat prawns. I cannot eat crabs. I literally was on my deathbed because I ate prawns. It's extremely allergic to me, to the point where I cannot breathe. I literally experienced death 3 times eating seafood. I know there's a term for it. You can Google search what is the term. Seafood shock. I'll tell you that. Seafood shock. Seafood shock or poison. What do you call that? It's neurotoxic? No. Paralytic shellfish poisoning. Paralytic shellfish. What is seafood poisoning? It's an allergy shock. Seafood. What do you call? One second. What do you call seafood poisoning? Okay. What do you call seafood poisoning? It's. I can't get the name here. Right now, there are 3 main seafood poisoning. There's a term for it. If you can get it, maybe you can. Allergy, seafood allergy. One, seafood allergy. I'm just trying to get it for you. Anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. Okay. I used to get complete red bumps of the skin. It's called hives. I had wheezing, breathing problems, cramps, nausea, vomiting. This is because of shellfish. Okay. And literally, I'm not joking. I nearly died because of this. So, cannot have shrimps. I cannot have prawns. I cannot have lobsters. That I used to eat like crazy before. So, I have fish. There's a particular fish, I can't get the name, but I like that. I used to like it fried, but I prefer the soup. Chicken, though, I like all the ways you can make chicken. Eggs, I love different varieties. My wife makes sometimes omelette with garlic, but I prefer the boiled, the egg yellow. It goes down very fast, absorbs quickly. Red meat, I love beef, but if I have too much of fried beef, or I start getting hemorrhoids, I start bleeding, internal bleeding, which is very, very severe. By the way, I used to have very severe cases to the point where I has to lose so much of RBC, red blood cells. Like, I've shared in the video where I would sit in the toilet and it's like someone opened a tap. I would literally forget. It was not fecal matter. It was blood coming out of my body. I used to be white and pale, and I used to literally, I was breathless because I was losing that much blood. And if I have beef fried, all that, it's very tough on my body. Pork though is good, but it should be well cooked. By the way, I finished 2 days of fasting, and the first thing that I had was boiled pork joints. And Pakistani paya is very, very healthy. Pakistani magas, that is brain. And Pakistani food is very rich with heavy amounts of oil, which is very unhealthy. But it's roti with paya, and paya's hoofs, joints, and magas, that is brain, and chana masala. There's nothing in the world that can replace this. Trust me, I have loved this the best. It's not that I don't like Indian food. Indian food, if you ask me, I like South Indian food, that is masala dosa. There's nothing that can replace that. Puri bhaji is also very good. And North Indian food, I love the vegetarian, especially with a soft chapati. Very, very good. Okay. I also like more of soups. I enjoy plenty of soups. My wife keeps making pork soup or vegetable soup or fish soup. It's very, very healthy with fresh vegetables cooked in that. Compared to before, I eat very slowly, small meals, but plenty of meals. Okay, that is only after a particular time, not from morning. Like before, I used to eat right from the time I would get up. Now I would eat maybe after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now that I'm relaxed, maybe 12 o'clock would be my first meal. After that, 4 o'clock, and then after that, I just relax. I eat whatever I like, basically, but I have to be careful. Even though I love eating ice creams, chocolates and all that, it'll be very, very small quantities. Before I could hog 6 bars of Snickers and a Baskin Robbins and a full tub of ice cream. Now it'll be just a few scoops. I eat more of fruits. I supplement my sweet tooth. Instead of eating mithai and sweets, I eat more of sweet fruits. My favorite fruit is watermelon. My second favorite fruit is Valencia oranges. I also like sometimes, cherries and berries and all that. Mango is extremely sweet, but by the way, I used to never like papaya. Now I like papaya a lot. I also practice a lot of fasting, which is either I will not eat for 12 hours or 18 hours. And if I feel like I'm feeling very bloated, like I did feel very bloated or very sick or a lot of gas, or once again my body I'm hemorrhaging, due to hemorrhoids, I go fasting for 24 hours, 48 hours. I might do 1 to 3 days max, not go beyond that, because I've done many last year. So fasting is very, very important. It helps heal my body. And supplements. The supplements I take is recommended by my doctor. I have, for red blood cells, I had B complex, I have vitamin C. There is another one that I have, I think K2 or something. It thins your blood so that you don't get blood clots. I'll just put it down below. It's somewhere there. But remember, don't take any vitamins or minerals without doctor's consent. And remember, a lot of fakes are there. And I also take multivitamins, plenty of them. Okay. So yeah, overall, I would say that I've changed my lifestyle to eat more of wholesome foods. I do like once a while to binge or eat a pizza or a burger, or once a while just to pamper myself. But overall, it is more fresh, homemade food, fresh fruits and vegetables, and lots of meat. And yes, processed food and all that is cut down a lot. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Are you also, what you used to eat, what you don't eat, how much do you eat? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely would love to read some of your tips, tricks, strategies, what has worked for you. But remember, this is me at 47 years old. And if you have any questions, put them down below. We'll read it and we'll respond. You guys take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.